Hey everybody. So right now what I got for you is what I think is a pretty cool trick on how to cut a piece of paracord or 550 cord, or really probably any kind of cord or rope or string or anything like that without a knife. And a lot of you might immediately think, oh well, it's pretty easy, you know, you just find a sharp rock or you flint knap off a rock or whatever and you kind of bludgeon through it. You could totally do that. That is not what I'm going to show you today. Alright, so a lot of times in guys' kits, they tend to put just a long piece of, you know, like 25-foot line or something like that. Now, obviously, in the vast majority of situations, you're going to have a knife, you know, or whatever, and you can cut through it. For some weird reason, if you lost your knife, which personally I'd never be without a knife, but if you found yourself without a knife, this is a cool trick that you can use to cut through a piece of cord without a knife. So first thing you want to do, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can do it using just your feet. It's a little bit more awkward. Or you could find a couple of trees that are spaced kind of about this far apart. Excuse me. So let's say that you want a piece 6 foot long. So what you want to do then is you want to measure out where you want your cut to be, and you want to put that pretty much right in the middle of the two trees. And then you want to take and tie this line, just using a couple half hitches or whatever. I'm going to tie this line right there, good and solid. Okay, so your 6 foot point should be about here. Then you go ahead and come across and leave a little bit of sag to it. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be tight. You want to have a little bit of sag to it. Another half hitch there. Pull that good and tight. Okay, then what you're going to do, you're going to take the remaining piece of line that you have, go ahead and get one end on it. Get about that much if you can. Find the spot where you wanted to cut it, and then what you're going to do is kind of pull down on it, get it tight, and then work this way. And that cuts it. Pretty cool trick, I think. Then the end result is you have your 6 foot piece of line. Okay. If you got a lighter or something like that, you could have just burnt through it, I guess, in the first place. But you tie your knot off on it so it doesn't fray up on you, and you're good to go. You can use that for whatever you're going to do. Now, to do this technique, obviously you got to have a little longer piece of line, but you know, having a longer piece of line usually isn't that big of a deal. That, you know, like I said, usually guys will have 25 foot, 50 foot, 100 foot in their pack or whatever, so breaking it down should be fairly easy. So the other thing that you can do is, let's see if I can do it here real quick, is you can just take, let's say, like I said, you wanted maybe 4 foot this time or something like that. Find your middle point here, and then, so you find your 4 foot spot, and then take that, kind of put it around your toe, like that. Take your other toe, kind of wrap it around there, and you take the other piece of your line, and that's where you're going to cut it. Kind of pull it tight and then start working it. Take that, kind of put it around your toe like that. Take your other toe, kind of wrap it around there, and you take the other piece of your line, and that's where you're going to cut it. Kind of pull it tight and then and start working it. And then I've got my 4-foot piece of line. So that's just a cool trick I learned a long time ago at the survival school. Thought I'd pass it along. Let me show you one more time here. So let's say if you wanted that 4-foot piece, just wrap it around her toe. Step on it. Wrap around the other toe. Step on that. Bring the remaining piece. And start working it. Just wrap it around her toe. Step on it. Wrap around the other toe. Step on that. Bring the remaining piece. And start working it. And there you go. You got yourself a cut piece of cord, and you didn't have to use a knife at all. So that's how to cut 550 cord without a knife. Hope you guys found it useful, and you know, if you thought it was cool, then go ahead and share it with your friends or hit the like button or whatever. We always appreciate that. And you know, if you like these kind of outdoor videos, then hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna have more videos out here for you shortly. Thanks a bunch. Everybody stay safe.